Hello everyone, this is Subhash Podel from Nepal. So today I'm gonna present you about digital forensic using different kinds of tools. So first of all, I would like to tell you a basic overview about what actually is digital forensic. So digital forensic is a modern day field of forensic science. So actually, what it deals with is it deals with a kind of investigation of any kind of crime happened on any kind of we can tell system or any kind of web application, websites, or any kind of digital devices. So any kind of crime happened on any digital devices, then the role of digital forensics come across. Then they usually go to that particular device and they try to investigate what is investigate the evidences who actually did this about the attacker. They try to find the attacker who did that crime. So moreover, digital forensic is a kind of investigation of material found in digital, often in relation to a computer crime. So that, as I already told you about before, about the investigation about computer crimes. So digital forensic is also the process of identifying, preserving, analyzing, and presenting digital evidence in a manner that is legally acceptable in any legal proceeding in a court of law. So, what it's a kind of the process. It begins on digital forensics. First, what we going to do is let's say I'm a digital forensic employer. So I first of all, what I gonna do is I'll go just identify the uh, crime, where it happened and which device it happened, right? So I'll just identify the devices and I'll try to investigate it and try to find any kind of evidence. And the most and foremost thing is uh, we have to preserve that kind of evidence, so no other can just steal it. Sorry, my bad. So after that, what we do is we analyze the evidences. We uh, keep it on order, like in a chronological order. We just fix it. And lastly, what we're gonna do is we just present it on a court, so that the crime the criminal who did that crime will get arrested, right? So this is the basic overview about digital forensic, right? So the next thing is the why perform digital forensics. So there are a lot of you guys may be wondering about, right? So why we perform digital forensic. So for the first thing is we identify a leak within any organization. So in any organization there are a lot of sensitive information of the organization, right? So this kind of information can be leaked, or the data can be breached. So for that, digital forensics play a very important role and go through the investigation. If any kind of leakage of data happen in any kind of organization, it goes through it and it investigate and find the evidence, collect it, and maintain it integrity. And uh, eventually it just so to the code, right? So the second thing is assessing the possible damage that occurring during a breach. So yeah, that's what I talked before. So the damage that occurred in any kind of organization due to data breach, it will just access it, try to find the criminal and try to protect it from a data breach. So the last one is reconstruct crime scene. So the scene that actually happened on any kind of organization or any digital devices, it will just construct again the same scene, what actually happened, how the criminal started to uh, do a particular device crime on a particular device. So it reconstruct the crime scene, how the the attacker went, how it access the that particular digital devices. So everything it just reconstruct the crime scene. The types of digital forensics. So there are a bunch of digital forensics types. So those are computer forensics, network forensics, forensic data analysis, mobile device forensic, IoT forensics, cloud forensic, and a lot of things, right? So these are the types. So uh, computer forensics are the network forensics. These all are the technology or device where it can be hacked by any kind of criminal or uh, you know kind of crime scene happen on kind of devices. So now I'm gonna tell you about the process of how actually the digital forensics is done, right? So the first thing is what we're gonna do is we will identify the crime, right? Where it happened. As I've told you earlier, the crime happened. Where the crime happened, and try to identify a crime scene, right? So after identification we go to preservation means try to warrant the crime, the the spot, right, the where it happened. So we just go to and try to find the first responder and seize evidence. Just maintain the integrity of that evidence. Don't try to expose that evidence. Try to protect it and transport, right? So after transporting that evidence to uh, forensic lab, right? The actually the work is done, the digital forensic work is done on forensic lab. So this kind of evidence, like it may be a kind of hard disks, right? So hard disks can be a part of evidence, and ram dump also we can just copy it, and we can just keep as an evidence. So this will transport to a lab, and in lab what happens is the extraction part, it comes like the extraction part means the bit by bit copy. So bit by bit all the hard disks and any other kind of evidence is copied on a lab, right? So these are copied and maintained in a chronological order, right? So the chain of custody is done, right? So all the activities what I've done, like I am a digital forensic, I'm working on a digital forensic lab, and I'm suppose I'm copying the hard disks data to my system, right? To find the evidence, and I'm using the mouse, right? So even that I'm using the mouse, that also I have to you know note it somewhere, maybe a kind of document, chain of custody. In a chain of custody document, I have to note it down. So everything, each and every activity that I'm doing on a lab, right, to find any kind of evidence, I have to note it down, right? So this kind of things comes into extraction part, right? So the next part is interpretation means analysis, like to find the the evidence. Investigation, actually the investigation analysis part is investigation part, right? So after that we'll make a report, and eventually the evidence is shown at a court, right? So these all are the steps of actually it's done on a digital forensic lab. The role of digital forensic is done step by step. So these are the phase of uh, doing a foreign digital forensic activities. So now before going to a next slide, I'd like to show you one open source tool. It's we try to analyze of registry. So registry is it's a kind of storage of configuration files of any computer systems, or you can say operating systems, or any application which is installed on that particular system, this all configuration files are stored on a registry. So for that, registry analysis should be done. So it's a role done by digital forensic lab, right? So we have a open source tool, so I like to show you that uh, tool, right? So all right then, all right, so first let me go through a part of it, means to go to the tool now. So there is a tool called Rexort, right? So let me go to the Rexort. Just follow me, guys. Right. It's a tool, open source tool. The way we can just take the snapshot of the registry. So uh, there first what we do is we just take a first snapshot uh, of a registry, right? So after that we just investigate on a particular system, and uh, we just try to modify something in a system, right? So after modifying the system or any kind of devices, we just take a second shot after modifying it, after doing all the investigation activities. We just take a second shot, and then we just compare these two sorts, right? So after comparing, what kind of their kind of text file will be generated, and then we'll get kind of report that what all changes I have done before and after investigation on a particular registry. So yeah, so this is the a link, so you can go to the sourcefork.net, right? So there you can just go to the Rexort and you can just download it. So I have already downloaded it. Just you just download it, and I will show you what it is. So there is a there after download you will just get a zip file. Just unzip it, and after that you will get a folder, right? So there will be a three type of executable file, and just go to, if you have 32-bit, there will be there will be 32-bit executable file as well, but as I have a 64-bit system, so I will just go through a 64 executable file. So I will just open this, or else you can just open it as an administrator as well. So this is the simple tool. It's very pretty much easier to learn this tool, because it's quite easier. So what we're gonna do is we have, as I have told you, there is a first sort, second sort, right? And then I will just compare this the snapshot that I've taken on a particular registry. So let me take a first shot. All right, so I will just sort and save. I guess it will take a couple of minutes to take a shot. In the meantime, I will tell you what it is written about Rexort. So Rexort is open source registry compare utility that allow you to quickly take a snapshot of your registry and then compare it with the second one done after doing system change or installing a new software product. Right, as I've told you, the same thing it's here. Right, we'll take a snapshot of a registry first, and after that we'll do some kind of modification which actually is done when investigating any kind of target or any kind of computer systems. Right, after modifying it, after doing all this activity, then we'll take a second shot. Then after that we'll just compare these sorts and get a result. I don't know why it's taking a lot of time. All right, so I have it's already taken, so it's asking about way to save it, right? So let me save it to desktop first, just to show you, right? So let's name it sort one. So all right, so it's saving. As you can see, the progress bar is working right now. So now it's almost done. The first set is almost taken, right? So okay. All right, then the first shot is already taken. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'll just modify something on the system, right? So let me just change the wallpaper of this computer systems, right? So I'll take this wallpaper as of now. Uh, all right, so it's already changed. All right, so yeah, so the wallpaper has been changed, right? So uh, right now I'm just giving a demo, like modifying something on the system. But actually what it happens is, as I've told you earlier, like we'll do some kind of activity to get any kind of evidence, investigate on it. So for that we have to do some kind of modification on the system. So for that actually we need a Rexort to compare between two sorts, right? So as of now I'm just showing you a demo. So just change the wallpaper to show what happens when you compare two sorts after before and after modification of the system, right? So let me take a second shot now. Sort and save. Oops, I guess it will take a few minutes, like 4. So let's wait for some time. Sorry. So here all the information of Rexort, you can just find it like the latest version of Rexort, right? So the reviews that people who are using a Rexort, you can just go through it, and also the code, tickets, news discussion, the updates that about this tool, you can just go through it, right? So summary is here. Oops, it's taking a lot of time. All right, then the second shot also has been taken. Now it's time to save the second shot. So let me keep it shot two. Okay. So all right then. So shot two is also almost it's gonna save. Right. So let's wait for a couple of seconds for that. So yeah, so short two is also it's finished, right? So now it's time to compare these two sorts, like before and after modifying the system. Let's compare these two sorts, right? So the compare process is on progress right now. So after comparing, the text file will be generated, right? So there will get a kind of report like what are the activities that we have done before and after, what are the data which are modified after comparing two different sorts. So this kind of things will get to know when you just get the report. Like, so this is the notepad. It's a text file, right? So you just can see the Rexort version over here, and the date when it was taken, the computer of the name and device name and username is here. So deleted three keys are there, right? So added values deleted. So these are all are the keys, right? So this keys has their own kind of meaning. So these keys I will tell you afterwards, right? So this all are the report that I got it after. So total changes to 201. So these all are the keys that I have changed when I change the wallpaper of the computer system. So these all report will get to know when you just take to screenshot and compare on this. So this is all about the Rexort, right? So it's a very important, it's a good tool. So I urge you all to just download it and use it, and to just play around with this tool. So this is all about the Rexort tool. So let me go again to the part of it, right? So okay, so where was I? All right. Okay, so the last part, so it's already it took a lot of time. Now I'll just wind it up. Uh, so the last one is a chain of custody. So it's a very important thing that you have to be aware when when doing digital forensic role, right? So chain of custody is a process used to maintain and document the chronological history of handling of electronic devices, and a chain of study ensures that the data presented is originally acquired and has not been altered prior to admission into it. So basically what it means is, just I have told you earlier, that we have to make a evidence document and just keep it in order, right? So just we'll just keep it in order, and we'll keep all the activities that we have done, um, to while investigating any kind of system or any kind of target, right? So these all we'll just keep it in order wise form, like what we did in the beginning, after that what we did, right? This all we just keep it any kind of order, right? So this is actually a chain of custody. uh, I would like to show you a form, so where we actually make a chain of custody. We'll just fill it this form. So at first you can see there's a case number, so there will be a n number of cases, right? So there will be a unique case number. So here we'll uh, fill it up the particular case, right? So the officer name, the victim, right? So suspect, which is suspectable, right? Who you are suspecting, this all names will just fill it up, date and time, says and all. And here quantity, items, and description of item, model, series, condition, marks, scratches, like what do you find the evidence, you'll just write it on description item. So quantity, it means like if you are using let's say you are using a USB, right? So USB, how much memory does it has, right? How, like it can be 1 TB or something like that, anything, just quantity, how much space does it have, everything you have to mention on this form, right? So likewise there is a chain of custody, right? Items we have to write, in which date we did the particular activity, and who released by means, suppose I'm doing a walk on digital forensic, and I'm releasing it, right? So who received it, right? The particular person, a particular it may be a quote or something like that. We just mention it all the information on and this form, right? So also comments, so these all we have to fill it up and maintain this integrity. So uh, you may be wondering that why just we have to make this chain of custody kind of stuffs on this digital forensics. So why means uh, so for suppose let me give an example. So first I'm doing a digital forensic work, right? So I'm just filling it all the activities that I've done, right? Uh, suppose after a year I have to leave the work and I have to go to some other work, right? So in place of me there will be some other some other people, right? So he will be unaware about that particular case, like he will be totally unaware about that particular case, so that after he sees this the form chain of custody, then he will be knowing, oh, this is the case. So after that he will be continuing the case. So for that, so basically it's for a backup purpose, right? So for this we need a chain of custody kind of form. So this all for today, guys. I hope you guys understood what I told you about digital forensic lab. So if you really like, and if you really want any if you have any kind of query, then please do let me know on comment box. And if you really like this video, then please do subscribe my channel. uh, and yeah, so there are a lot of uh, chapters on digital forensics, right? So in the next chapter, in the next video, I will be exploring lot of open source tool, how to go through a OS forensics, right? How to go to a multimedia forensic, how to go to the computer system, RAM, DOM, everything. I will just show you in our next video, most probably. So thank you, guys. See you next time.